Yo, what's going on guys? Evan Sanaka here, back with another video. In today's video, I'm ranking the best power forwards in NBA 2K22 My Team on a tier list. As you guys can see on the screen, we have a tier list ranking from S all the way down to D tier. D tier basically meaning I would not run these power forwards. C tier meaning you can run the power forward, but I wouldn't really recommend it. B tier is going to be a very solid power forward. A tier is going to be one of the best power forwards in the game, and then S tier is going to be my top 5 power forwards in NBA 2K22 My Team. If you guys are new here, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe down below. I post 3 to 4 My Team videos every single day and give you guys some of the best My Team content on the platform. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. The first power forward on the list is going to be Dark Matter Alonzo Mourning. I do think he's probably in the B tier. I don't think he's necessarily that bad of a power forward. He may get moved down to C tier, but he's a really good defensive card. I feel like I have to keep him in at least a B, because I mean, you look at the defense, really good defensively, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, has an 88 3 ball, 95 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. He's a good rebounder, tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges. We look at the animations, I'm not the biggest fan of his jump shot, and he's only got fundamental dribble style, but I do feel like Alonzo Mourning is a B tier power forward. Looking at Blake Griffin, easily an S tier. I think probably a top 5 power forward in the game. That is how good this Blake Griffin card is. Blake Griffin is a power forward center, 6'10", 6'11" wingspan. We look at the stats, I mean, they're pretty much perfect other than maybe like steal, but other than steal, he's got 90 ball handle, 92 speed with ball, 92 block, 90 perimeter, 95 interior defense, really good athleticism. We all know Blake Griffin is going to be really good going to the basket. We look at the badges, has Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, and sniper, has Hall of Fame quick first step, which is really nice, Hall of Fame rim protector, rebound chaser, interceptor, clamps, and chase down artist. Blake Griffin also has a very good jump shot in my opinion, and he's got shifty dribble style, Kobe Bryant size up escape package, and he's got the Scottie Pippen behind the back, meaning he can move a little bit on the offensive end. So for the power forward position, I do think Blake deserves to be an S tier. Jermaine O'Neal is probably going to be an A tier. He might be a top 5 power forward in the game, but I think we got some really good power forwards recently that for now I'm gonna have him in A tier. He's 6'11", 7'3" wingspan, really good stats wise, 85 3 ball, 93 mid range, 90 driving dunk, good rebounder, has a 92 block, 92 interior, also has a 95 ball handle, 90 speed with ball. And the best thing about this Jermaine O'Neal card is he's got quick dribble style, Kobe Bryant size up, Scottie Pippen behind the back. Like he almost moves like a point guard slash shooting guard. He has those type of sigs with a 95 ball handle, Hall of Fame quick first step, quick chain, hyperdrive, handles for days, and bullet passer. So he's not going to be your traditional power forward like a Tim Duncan or a David Robinson, where they're just going to be, you know, spot up shooters or pick and pop and defense. If you guys want to use Jermaine O'Neal, he can be a very good stretch big, and you can ISO with him at the top of the key. Next power forward on the list is going to be Demarcus Cousins. I think he's probably B tier, very similar to a guy like Alonzo Mourning. Not really necessarily on the defensive end, but he is 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan. He's really not the best on defense, but he is pretty good offensively. 83 ball handle, 84 speed with ball, great rebounder, an 85 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk, has Hall of Fame limitless spot up. I think his best comparison is to a guy like Hakeem Olajuwon. I think he's a B tier power forward though. Next power forward on the list is going to be Jack Sigma. I think he's very similar to a guy like Jermaine O'Neal. I do think they deserve to be right beside each other, because I feel like, yes, they do a little bit different stuff, and Jack Sigma is more of your traditional power forward, but I do think he is also really good. 6'11", 7'2" wingspan. He's also got really good stats, but the best thing about this Jack Sigma card is going to be his jump shot. Base 22 on very quick release timing is a very good jump shot, and he's got Hall of Fame blinders, catch and shoot, corner specialist, dead eye, limitless spot up, and sniper, has Hall of Fame quick first step, and a ton of good Hall of Fame defensive badges. So this Jack Sigma card is going to be super elite. Dirk Nowitzki, now this one is very hard to say. I'm gonna say S tier for now. He might get moved down to A tier because yes, he's an invincible, and yes, he has 65 Hall of Fame badges, but his jump shot and dribble style really isn't the best. But I do think he's still probably a top 5 power forward. He's 7'1" with a 7'3" wingspan, and obviously his stats are going to be pretty much perfect, and he has literally every single not every single, but He has pretty much every single Hall of Fame badge in the game. Like, I mean, literally every defensive badge on Hall of Fame. Stats are pretty much all above 95. I think his lowest stat is a 97, which is insane. And then animations, my only problem with the card is going to be the fundamental dribble style and his jump shot. His jump shot really isn't the best, and his dribble style, obviously being fundamental, really isn't that good either. But I think because of his Hall of Fame badges and because of his stats, he's the first invincible in the game. I do think he's got to be top 5 at his position. Next power forward on the tier list is going to be Dark Matter Chris Bosh. I'm going to have him in A tier for now. He might also get moved down to B tier. I do think Bosh is really good. I just would prefer probably Jermaine O'Neal or Jack Sigma over a guy like Chris Bosh, but he is still really good. He's your traditional power forward. He's going to be really good in the pick and pop because he's got 94 3 ball and tons of good Hall of Fame shooting badges. I feel like he lacks on the defensive end a little bit, and really not the biggest fan of his base 70 jump shot on very quick release timing, but I do think Bosh is still an A tier power forward. Dino Raja, another A tier. I'm going to move Chris Bosh down. Some people are going to disagree with me on that, but I do think Dino Raja, Jack Sigma, and Jermaine O'Neal, I do think they are all better than a guy like Chris Bosh. But looking at this Dino card that just came out yesterday, he is an absolute beast, man. 6'11" with a 7'11" wingspan. That is literally the second longest wingspan in the game, right behind Will Chamberlain. So this card plays way better than maybe his stats and badges show, because wingspan does mean a lot in my team. So Dino Raja gonna be an A tier power forward. Another A tier power forward is gonna be Draymond Green. I don't think he deserves to be in top 5 because for the power forward position, he's a little bit undersized, only being 6'7". You can run him at power forward, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Obviously, he's gonna be amazing on the defensive end. 19 Hall of Fame defensive badges, has Hall of Fame quick first step, bullet passer, dimer, Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, and sniper. I do think Draymond Green is probably a top 5 small forward, but I don't think he's a top 5 power forward. Next power forward on the tier list is going to be the Dark Matter Bob Nedelecki, who is, in my opinion, still the best power forward in the game. Like, he's still super elite, man. He came out at the start of season 6. He is the season 6 unlimited reward. The best thing about Bob Nedelecki, and the only thing that really matters about him, is going to be his jump shot. Set shot 25 is the fastest jump shot in the game, with Steph Curry upper on very quick release timing, basically meaning he is the fastest jump shot in the game, with quick dribble style, meaning he can move a little bit on the offensive end. And then obviously stats wise are going to be really good, with some really good Hall of Fame defensive badges, quick first step, bullet passer, catch and shoot, corner specialist, and sniper. So Bob Nedelecki, in my opinion, is still the best power forward in the game. David Robinson, now this one's kind of hard. I don't think he's top 5 anymore. I think he's another A tier power forward. David Robinson's still very good. Like I said, he's your traditional power forward. He's 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan. D-Rob has been out for almost 2 months now. I think we all know what D-Rob can do. He's still got one of the best big man jump shot in the game. I would like maybe when he gets his Dark Matter that he has a jump shot on very quick timing, and maybe a shifty dribble style. Might be a little bit overpowered, but I'd like to see a David Robinson Dark Matter with shifty dribble style, jump shot on very quick timing, and then obviously some upgrades to the stats and badges. But overall, David Robinson is still an A tier power forward. Next power forward on the list is going to be Dark Matter Patrick Ewing. I think he's very similar to a guy like Chris Bosh. I don't think I'm going to have him up with these David Robinsons and these Jack Sigmas, Draymond Greens. Now, I know a lot of people do like Patrick Ewing, but for me, I think he is going to be in B tier. Our first C tier power forward is going to be Bull. Yes, he's 7'2". He has a great wingspan, and he's super glitchy. I feel like if we're just looking at a base Bull, he's really not that good anymore. If you can find one that has tons of Hall of Fame badges, then you could argue that he deserves to be in at least B tier or maybe even A tier. He is 7'2" with a 7'7" wingspan, but he only has 8 Hall of Fame badges. When we have Dark Matters that are getting 29 and 30 Hall of Fame badges now, I just don't feel like he can compete on the defensive end, but he's still pretty good. You can run Bull and definitely get away with it. Next power forward is going to be Jonathan Isaac. I think he's B tier for the power forward position. Yes, he's 6'11", so he can play power forward. I would just prefer him so much more at the small forward position, but Jonathan Isaac, man, he's got really good defense. He's a B tier power forward. You can definitely play him at power forward and he will get the job done. But I'd much rather run a guy like Dino, Jack Sigma, Jermaine O'Neal, Draymond, or David Robinson. Next power forward on the tier list is going to be Nicole Jokage. And surprisingly enough, I think he's gonna be in S tier. He might get moved down. I do think he's probably a top 6, top 7 at least power forward in the game. Like, no joke. I know, you know, Dunked Over Jokic is a meme or whatever, but I mean, he's 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. We look at his stats. Yes, his defense is not good, but if you give him a defensive shoe, he's now going to have 92 interior, 74 perimeter, 90 lateral quickness, 89 steal with a 93 block. His defense becomes a lot better, and if you run like a Greg Popovich for defense, he'll be a much better defender. But Jokic on the offensive end is super elite, having, you know, an 86 ball handle, 93 speed with ball, and tons of Hall of Fame playmaking badges, and tons of Hall of Fame shooting badges. He's got his jump shot and very quick timing, which is really good. He's got the shifty dribble style. I think Jokic probably still a top 5 power forward, but you could definitely disagree with that and put a guy like Jermaine O'Neal. So yeah, I think I'm going to put Jokic down, and I think I'm going to go Jermaine O'Neal from this group of people. I don't know, it's really close. I'm going to put Jokic down to A tier. I do like Jermaine O'Neal a lot. I do think he's the best out of these guys in A, but you could say Dino's better, you could say Sigma's better, you could say D-Rob's better, but in my opinion, I think Jermaine O'Neal is probably the best power forward out of those bunch. Josh Smith going to be another C tier. He's pretty good, he's really good defensively, but he's much better at small forward. Kevin Love, I think, is B tier. He's just a really good stretch big. We all know what Kevin Love can do on the court, just lacks a little bit of height and a little bit of size on the defensive end. Willis Reed, another B tier, very similar to a guy like Alonzo Mourning. They're going to give you both, they're both going to give you really good defense. He's only 6'9" though with a 7'1" wingspan, but he's going to give you really good defense. 95 block, 90 steal, 90 lateral quickness, 90 perimeter with a 94 interior defense. 75 3 ball is a little bit low, and not the biggest fan of release 71. I do like the base 22. He's got a very similar jump shot to Chris Mullin. I don't know why, but on Willis Reed, the jump shot really isn't the best. Stats wise are really good though. I do think Willis Reed is a B tier power forward. Next power forward on the tier list is going to be Thon Maker. I think he's another B tier. He's very similar to a guy like Jonathan Isaac, and I think they're both B tier power forwards, not on the level of Dino, Jack, Sigma, and D-Rob. Thurl Bailey, I think still, not S. I think he still deserves to be an A tier though. He's still very good. No one really talks about this card anymore, but he's still really good stats and badges wise. Power forward, small forward, 6'11", 7 foot wingspan. He's got an 87 3 ball, 92 mid range, 93 speed, 93 acceleration. Really good on the defensive end. Stats wise, this card is amazing. He's got 25 Hall of Fame badges, has Hall of Fame quick first step, quick chain, hyper drive, handles for days, has Hall of Fame rebound chaser, post lockdown, pickpocket, menace, interceptor, and clamps. If we look at the jump shot, he does have base 22 on quick release timing. So you could argue he deserves to go down to B. Yeah, we'll put him back down to B tier. A tier is maybe gassing it a little bit. Tim Duncan, I think, is another B tier. There's just a bunch of B tier power forwards. Maybe we move a guy like Kevin Love down to C tier, but he would definitely be high C tier, if not low B tier. So I think we'll keep it at low B tier, just in case a Kevin Love fan is watching. And Tyler Hansbrough, he is going to round off the tier list, and he definitely deserves to be in C tier. He's kind of okay. He's nothing really insane. So we have to move one power forward up to S tier. I think that's going to be David Robinson. These are my top 5 power forwards in the game. These are my A tier power forwards. We'll probably move a couple guys up. We'll move Patrick Ewing up. I do think Patrick Ewing is really good, and we'll move Thon Maker up as well. So that's my tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below. What would you guys change up on my tier list? And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.